Yes, guys, welcome. So let us just jump right into it. Did you guys know that South Africa has never been sanctioned? All because they have the purest form of uranium globally. The purest form of uranium is from South Africa. That's why America has never sanctioned them, even though they threatened to when the South African did the drill with the Russians and the Chinese, remember the military drill last year, it was a big kick up and they said, oh, we're going to sanction you if we do that. But they did it anyway. They never did sanction South Africa. And I didn't know this, that South Africa has never been sanctioned. And two presidents, President Obama and President Bush, both wrote letters. Bush wrote to Mbeki, and Mbeki, for some odd reason, did not send his uranium to the States to be stored, which was a brilliant move. I think he did that unknowingly. Then Obama did the same thing with the I forget the president name. Wrote him 3 letters stating that he didn't want the uranium, and if they can't get it, dilute it. But take a listen to this video so you can get the whole view, can see the whole picture of what I'm talking about. Then you can elaborate a little more on it. Take a listen. Boom.
The problem with money and capital, they benefit from everything. We speak about peace in Middle East. There are people making money from that war because there's someone manufacturing those weapons. You know, if the war ends, you know that his pockets will shrink. You know, so he wants that war to continue. You know, so we have to interrogate. Even this de-dollarization, what will replace it? We must interrogate, you know, how we benefit from that as well. So we can't just be overly excited and then we end up sleepwalking ourselves into yet another problem that will take another 100 years to fix. So, but then I'm just going to jump to, because it's similar to the one on whether with the proposed BRICS currency, and how we don't know yet how that will definitely look like. Hopefully we get more certainty after the BRICS summit. But I did mention it earlier, the aim here is not to topple the dollar. The aim here is to neutralize the dollar. The aim here is to bring an alternative. The aim here is to allow people to choose. If you want to conduct this transaction using a dollar, you have to have the right to say, let's use a dollar, let's use a rand, let's use the Chinese, you know. So that's the aim. It's not necessary to topple. Obviously, it decreases because anything that is being diluted, it gets weaker. But it doesn't mean it disappears. It just gets weaker, you know. So that's what they're trying to, obviously, that's what we're trying to achieve. When I say we, I'm now putting myself in BRICS. So now the role of South Africa within BRICS, that question can be understood in two ways. And obviously we could be here the whole night if we interrogate like everything. But what I've noticed is, I don't think South Africans particularly, I'll include myself as well, I don't think we fully understand the importance of South Africa in the world. Why are so many people fighting over us? Why are they not fighting? Oh, and we wrote in the book, I'm not going to take long, I'm just going to, few seconds. We wrote in the book about the highly rich uranium that South Africa has. President Bush contacted President Mbeki, said, listen, you have highly rich uranium in South Africa, bring it to America for safekeeping. President Mbeki said, no, we're fine, we can take care of. That was after the break-in at Pelindaba, because that's where we keep it. Then President Mbeki said, no, it's fine. We will keep our highly rich uranium. President Zuma came in. President Obama wrote President Zuma about 2 or 3 letters speaking about the same thing, saying, bring this thing, you know, or if you're not going to give it to us, dilute it, because it's highly rich. This is what Iran is sanctioned for trying to have. We already have it. many South Africans don't know that we are, in some circles, depending on your definition, we can be considered a nuclear power because, not because we have nuclear weapons, but because of the speed in which we can get them if we wanted them. And even though the apartheid government, did that thing, but the good thing that, from getting rid of our nuclear weapons, the good thing that the apartheid government did in that respect was keeping that highly rich uranium, because that's the key. That's what the North Koreans, the Arabs want. We already have it. So, but South Africans, we don't know much about that. So we need to educate ourselves a lot about South Africa and South Africa's role in the world and its importance in the world, and then we can understand its importance in BRICS. It wasn't a mistake out of 193 countries that South Africa is there. It's not a mistake. It's not charity. They need us there. And we need to understand they need us, and we need to be comfortable saying the world needs South Africa, and we need to interrogate the importance of just South Africa in the world. We are really important to a whole lot of people. That is why when the ambassador said what they said about Lady R, I tweeted, I was responding to another tweet by another politician. And I explained to him that, if it was true, firstly, it wasn't going to happen like this. Secondly, sanctioning South Africa, they're not going to do that. It's not going to happen. And there's a reason for that, and that's what we have to interrogate and try to study and learn more about our country. Thank you.
So guys, there you have it. South Africa is basically a power. It's always bothered me why South Africa was in BRICS and the only African country was that was in BRICS, and they was so, they was at the top. They was the head of it for last year anyway. Switched to Russia. And I've always wondered, why is it the African Union, they have the most power, they have the most say. Anything they say, if they threaten to leave, they always get their way. So I always wonder, why South Africa is so powerful. Even in movies, every movie you have ever seen about Africa is always in South Africa. Now I know why. The richest form of uranium, which is what you need to make nukes, to get nuclear power, nukes, aka. So, and again, this is why I don't understand, why is it they don't have a nuclear powered electrical plant to supply the whole country with nukes? Well, I have an idea, because he said the apartheid government had discontinued the nuclear program, so that could be the reason. But use it to power the country, because you have power outage happening every day in South Africa, and it's an issue. When you have uranium, that can be enriched and a very fast pace, because it's so pure, we can outpace everybody when it comes down to nukes. But get the nuke, not the nuke as in the weapon, the nuclear power plant, and you have uranium, you don't need to buy it, it's there. But why? Because Ramaphosa, to me, not to me, to most people, he's a puppet, so he won't. And if they keep Africa dependent on aid and things like that, then they can move forward. Hence the reason why Burkina Faso is leaps and bounds ahead of most African countries, because what? They are not accepting no aid, and they are doing what they have to do for their citizens. So, but how much of you did actually knew that South Africa have this richest form of uranium? Hence the reason why they won't sanction South Africa, and they never will. Because if they sanction South Africa, they can turn around and say, okay, since you sanction me, I'm going to sell the uranium to China or to Russia or to Iran. They will definitely don't want that. So they have to be tread careful with South Africa. Hence the reason why South Africa is a powerhouse on the continent. And again, this is great news, because now when Julius Malema is in power, we can have more leverage. We actually have leverage in the world. We can't come and just bully you. But we need a president that's strong enough and forceful enough to stick to his guns, like with the whole land issue. And he said he's going to fix that. He's going to basically give education, try to make education more free, more accessible, and stuff like that. Return the land to its rightful owner. So when black people receive their land from the government, they can now have assets. They can go to the bank to do businesses and to make the economy grow. Everyone benefits of the country's economy. All because of one mineral, uranium, the purest form on the planet. So anyway, let me know, did you learn something new as I did today? If not, if you do, let me know. If not, still let me know in the comment section, and I will always reply as always. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Boom.